I will now be refuting the points and information presented by Mr. Hernandez in his affirmative speech. First, I will refute his point, which argues that capital punishment creates a cycle of violence. Second, I will refute his statement, which talks about how the death penalty shifts the side of the public takes in murder cases. And lastly, I will talk about his statement in which he argues that I previously contradicted myself on my affirmative speech. As my partner, Mr. Reyes, argued, the death penalty gets rid of dangerous criminals that put the public in danger. For example, a criminal such as Saddam Hussein, who was the cause of hundreds, if not thousands of deaths in the Middle East, was executed under the death penalty on December 30th, 2006. A man of his magnitude could not be left alive, whether inside or outside a prison. As a country, we must understand that there is a great difference between killing an individual and every other type of fault that could be committed. If we stop having capital punishment, inmates who are under the three-strike law will be put together with individuals who have ended another person's life, putting them in great danger. Mr. Hernandez argues that capital punishment does not solve anything, but instead it creates a never-ending violence cycle. The death penalty cannot be looked at from this perspective. This death penalty is a punishment given to an individual who is at fault by the judicial branch of the government. It is not the same scenario as hitting someone back after they have hit you. We are talking about a process, not a simple revenge method. And once the criminal has been executed, the violence is over and the case is closed. The cycle of violence which Mr. Hernandez refers to does not exist when talking about the death penalty. He also talks about how the death penalty supposedly shifts the perspective of the public towards the criminal, as he or she becomes the new victim. He uses Tookie Williams as an example. During his time in death row, Stanley Williams became an anti-gang activist and participated in actions such as writing books for little kids. This caused the population to feel bad for the man and try to cancel his execution. According to Mr. Hernandez, the fact that he was going to be executed under the death penalty was the reason why that shift took place. That shift did not take place because of the death penalty itself, but because of his good actions while in prison, which made the people question themselves whether he still should be put to death or not. Mr. Hernandez argued that I contradicted myself in my affirmative speech, saying that I talked about how inmates are in high security cells, but get present danger in prison. But after he made this statement, he contradicted himself by stating at the end, and I quote, "except for some cases." I believe we can all see who has contradicted himself in this room. Thank you.
Okay, so